طبعا فشارهای اقتصادی عده رو به اعتراض واداشت و اون اعتراض.
Of course, the protests were prompted by economic pressures. This protest, as the supreme leader said, must be heeded. The government, therefore, will convene with different administrations of the state in a bid to tackle and reform the economic problems. Concurrently, if they sought to use this platform protests to accomplish their objective, as can be observed over the past 2 to 3 days, which is largely the case, it will also be taken into account. Scenes where protests have been heading to the markets or stores to denounce unaffordable soaring prices. The protesters were absolutely right, even when they slammed the currency rates process, making it impossible for them to buy and sell. However, acts of sabotage can be monitored throughout protests, such as shooting, throwing Molotov cocktails, and so on, which drastically derail from the framework of popular demands. Such acts do not represent the people. Rather, it is perpetrated by quasi-terrorist groups inside cities. Pertinent information was already unfolding 3 or 4 months ago, when some Israeli officials remarked that this time they do not need military operations with fighter jets and missiles to confront Iran, given that they are relying on structures built in Iran to embark on a new adventure in Iran. These structures have targeted the national identity symbols, for instance, the flag of the Islamic Republic, and set ablaze. Another symbol of Iran's national identity are top figures, such as Haj Qasem Soleimani, who was actually deemed the country's national soldier. They were determined to burn down his statue and dismantle it as a move to break national pride. Another symbol is the nation's religious identity. The religious identity for a nation is represented by the mosques in Quran. So they, for instance, set the mosques ablaze as the Iranian nation's current strengths must be eliminated.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले.
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.